I, of course, told you that CNN hired former fired Donald Trump campaign manager Corey Lewandowski as a commentator. And now, just 3 weeks after the hiring process, they are informing viewers that Corey Lewandowski, in addition to being paid by CNN, is still being paid by Donald Trump. He was recently introduced on air as, quote, still receiving severance from the Trump campaign. And initially, some people objected to his hiring at CNN. There were some rumors of some people revolting at CNN because of threats that Lewandowski placed against people who he now works with. But CNN argued that he provided unique insight into the Trump campaign. It certainly is unique in that the campaign is still paying him and he has a non-disparagement agreement. He's been being paid by Trump while being paid by CNN to talk about Trump. And there's also a supposed $1.2 million book deal from HarperCollins that Lewandowski lost out on because he refused to provide a copy of that non-disclosure agreement. It's definitely appropriate that CNN is disclosing that Corey Lewandowski is being paid still by Donald Trump, but it makes certain things a little bit messy, and it would be totally legitimate to question much of what he says. This is similar to, I announced, Lewis, that when I talk about Tesla, because I'm a shareholder, I will disclose it every time. Corey Lewandowski should be disclosing when asked about Trump that he is still being paid by Donald Trump. He should say, well, great question, Jake Tapper. My opinion is, and to be clear, I'm contractually forbidden from saying anything negative about Donald Trump in response to your question, and I'm still being paid by Donald Trump. My opinion is that he's doing a tremendous job. That is essentially what the situation is there, and he should absolutely be disclosing that every single time.
An important disclosure. Most people are going to have no idea when they're watching CNN that CNN even made that disclosure.
Right.
And it is important. As the payment in addition to the non-disparagement agreement really doesn't add much more to the story for me. I mean, the agreement is bad enough. He shouldn't be on CNN talking about Trump just because of that.
Unless he is speaking officially as a campaign official,
right.
You know, and
But
that's
he's
sort of, but he's not at this point, right? I sort of thought, could CNN maybe be doing this for ratings? But if so, I don't think it's working. I mean, their ratings are fine, but no one really seems titillated or compelled by the Lewandowski appearances. In fact, I haven't even heard about a single one specifically. I don't know of anything he's actually said. I've only heard about the sort of hubbub around his hiring. And maybe that's the issue itself. Maybe the stories about him working for CNN are more the publicity than what he actually says, because as you probably have noticed, he said nothing interesting at all. We have a great show for you today. We will be taking your calls. We have a great interview. We'll be answering questions. Glad you were with us on this Friday.